Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by. My name is Kimberly and this is From Loved Ones Tarot. Today we're going to do love readings, whatever comes out for all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. So feel free to look at your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus signs especially. And feel free to look up whoever you may be curious about. Because this is a collective reading, you may not relate to one sign or the other, but I do hope that you gain some sort of clarity today with whatever I share. Again, this is whatever comes out. And I'm going to upload each sign as I do them. So if you don't see your sign or the sign that you want to watch, it will get done. Every reading is related to the time that I post that video. So if I post it today, then the reading is current for today and moving forward for this month or for the next 30 days. All right, Aquarius, for those who consider themselves single, here is your love reading, whatever comes out. You have the Judgment and the Hermit both in reverse, and you have the Six of Cups. And to clarify, you have the Star, the Four Wands both in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. Looking back up at the top here, there's something that you can't let go of in your past. Something that maybe you haven't accepted, maybe you haven't healed from it, maybe you haven't moved on. And I see you not wanting, either you're not wanting to look at it in order to heal. So this is something you carry within you and you haven't tried to work on it yet. Or perhaps you have been confused by why things happened the way that they did in your past here. And I see you losing a little bit of hope or faith in love here in the Star reverse. With this, in the past, you have the Four of Wands here in reverse. So that could indicate the separation or some type of separation, some type of divorce here. It could be a separation between you and another person or a separation within. So you losing a part of yourself, losing a part of your identity or your way of being because of what happened to you in the past with other people. And I see though in the Three of Pentacles, you still have some type of hope deep down that you can figure out how to have love again in your life. It's so the Four of Wands also represents foundation, a home, somewhere where you can belong and find meaning, because that is lost here. It almost seems as if the builders here, you see the man with the hammer, the chisel, it's almost as if they're over here trying to figure out, how do we rebuild what we lost here? So symbolically, energetically, I feel like maybe you, Aquarius, you're trying to figure out, how do we rebuild what was broken? So part of you does want to heal. A part of you does want to love again. But then there's another part of you up here who you can't really take a look at the past. Okay. Now, if this isn't connecting with you, feel free to look at your other signs. But let's keep going to see where this is taking us today. 3 more for Aquarius single. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. You have the Knight of Swords in reverse. And you have the Death here. Okay. I don't know what that sound was. Sorry, there's static came from the radio. That was weird. Anyway, you have back here, sorry, lost my focus because of the noise. Here with the Six of Swords, there's, how can I describe this? Because you have the Six of Swords next to the Death card. This is like the river Styx here, or this is the river that takes souls that have been lost to the other side, okay? There hasn't been a transition here symbolically. So again, maybe going back to your past, what was lost, you haven't been able to allow it to move forward symbolically to the other side. So you haven't been able to release it here, and you haven't been able to speak about it. For some of y'all in the Knight of Swords, you haven't been able to speak about it at all. And so you just kind of you're carrying that within you. And that is what maybe needs to be addressed today. But we can keep going. Let's do 3 more. You have the Emperor, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, I thought it was about family. Here in the Six of Cups, you have children. So I feel like connected to your past, maybe is your childhood, your family, your parents. Because here you have the Emperor and the Page of Wands. The Emperor is a father figure, okay? And the Page of Wands could represent a child. To me, it seems as if because the Page of Wands in reverse, maybe you had a troubled connection with either a father figure or a caregiver who carried this masculine energy here. And the Emperor is very masculine. He's very like powerful. He definitely commands a room. He definitely makes sure his voice is heard. And there's a lot of boundaries, restrictions, standards based upon what he wants and what he needs, okay? And this Page of Wands may feel very intimidated, overwhelmed. They also may feel as if they can't use their own voice to get what they want. But here you have the Ace of Wands. You have an opportunity to revisit the Emperor here, this father figure. Now, if this isn't between you and a parent-like figure in the near future, this may represent a past ex or a past friend who just seems to have a lot of persuasion over you, or they may be a little bit older or have more authority. But I feel for some of y'all, or for most of y'all, with the Six of Cups and the children, this definitely has to do with your family. And I know this is supposed to be a love reading for singles, but this is turning into a family type of affair. So let's keep going. What is this opportunity coming up for you in the Ace of Wands? Okay, 3 more for Aquarius single. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Swords yet again in reverse. So they're wanting to talk about that again. And the Fool in reverse. Okay, but this may be very specific. I'm trying to keep it for the collective here. I'm trying to generalize it, but it's becoming very specific. They're saying it's, I don't want to say wrong, but maybe it's a mistake. Okay, let's say that. Your loved ones feel like maybe it's a mistake that you're not able to transition what you've lost, okay? Down the river Styx. Be able to say goodbye and release it from within your heart, from within your spirit, from within your mind. Some type of letting go, gaining that closure and closing that chapter of your life. And it could have been a physical loss as well that you're going through, or you have went through in your childhood or in your past, some type of physical loss for some of y'all. But your loved ones are saying it's a mistake for you to not let certain things go, because here in the Fool, which is taking a leap of faith into the unknown, into a new journey, life journey for yourself, and embracing life, embracing whatever is to come with an open heart, an open mind. You may not have all the resources available. You may not have all the logistics or the wisdom or the experience to know how to navigate each turn, twist and turn. But you see the woman with her head held high. She's willing, and she's actively trying to look at life in a positive way for herself. And you can be man or woman. But your loved ones wanted to preface, it would be a mistake for you not to let go of whatever you had lost. And I mean that respectfully as well. Your loved ones are being very simple, very blunt, because they have to work within the tarot cards. But from me, Kimberly, it's kind of uncomfortable to say, oh, just move on from what you lost. That's easier said than done, and that's trivializing what people went through. Whatever you went through. Maybe just, I'll say, move forward with your life with the other dreams, other goals that you may have, or just the experience of life worth living, a life that you consider to be good, to be happy, to be fulfilled. Let's keep going because they haven't addressed yet the Ace of Wands. Let's go ahead. 3 more, please, for the Ace of Wands. You have the Hierophant, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. You have, for some, you have the opportunity to have a love interest and be committed, for some, to another person here. So you may have a love interest already, and you have an opportunity here to take it to the next level. But you may be holding yourself back here on the 4 of Pentacles, like you're holding on to what you want to value, or what you value, or what you want to protect here. So it could be anything. It could be you don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to give up your power or your independence or autonomy. You don't want to become a union here. You want to be able to stay independent and separate in some way. So maybe you could be closed off. Maybe you have a lot of boundaries or walls put up. Maybe you're emotionally guarded. Or maybe you just don't want to join too easily. So you don't want to have, for some, maybe you don't want joint bank accounts. Or you don't want to have, share vehicles or share properties. It's going to look different for everyone how you're doing it. But for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may be very protective of yourself, even in the face of an opportunity to have some level of commitment with somebody. And in the 9 of Wands, this seems to be what you're feeling on the inside, even if you don't think this is you now. For some, energetically, you're someone who's very guarded. Again, in the 9 of Wands, you're wounded, your energy's drained, maybe you lost hope, maybe you're jaded. Maybe you don't believe in dreams can come true. You get that happy ending for some of y'all, okay? But this seems to be what's representing what's going on internally, okay? Let's keep going. 3 more for Aquarius single. 3 of Cups, the Empress, and the 3 of Cups again. Okay. For some, if we're going in the theme of family here, there's a mother-like figure, okay? It could be your mother, it could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt, an older sister. But they want to show you that they are cheering you on, Aquarius, that they're in complete support of you, and they have your back here. This is like just to show you symbolically. Your loved ones are like, we're here for you. We're celebrating you. Okay. 3 more for Aquarius single. Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Wands, any of the 9 of Wands coming back up in reverse. Okay, your loved ones want to let you know this is the perfect time, or relatively the perfect time, okay, or good time, I should say, for you to make the next step here, or to take the next step, I should say, in the 3 of Wands. Take the next step, and don't give up on love here in the 9 of Wands. Don't give up. Now's the perfect time more than ever to put yourself out there, to be vulnerable, and to experience love for yourself. Be able to give love and receive love, and all different types of love here. It could be not only romantic, but with friends, or how you express yourself. What is your passion, right? What are your hobbies? What is your creative side? What do you want to do with your career or education, or I don't know. It could be anything. What dream or goal do you have here? And it could just be being able to relax on the beach, okay, for, days at a time. Doesn't matter what your goal is, just as long as you have one and you want to see it accomplished here. Your loved ones really just want you to take that that leap of faith into the unknown. And they're there for you. Even if what happened in the past, because the Emperor with this father-like figure, and it could be anyone who exhibits masculine energy, who may have been perhaps you had some conflict with, some trauma with, no matter what happened in the past. And again, not to trivialize it or just like throw it away or something, like erase it like it never happened. But no matter what happened in the past, you can rewrite your story and what happens next. Let's keep going. You have the Knight of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords, and you have the Seven of Cups here. Okay, for some of y'all, you may have a potential love interest in your life right now. So you could be dating someone, talking to someone, thinking about talking to someone that you have your eye on. If you allow them to come into your life, you will be able to break free and have some type of wish fulfillment here in the Seven of Cups. This person, it could be anybody that you have an interest in. Again, it could be romantic. It could just be a friendship. Just a positive social connection here. One that has deep emotional or spiritual meaning to you that could potentially be very fulfilling. They're here in the Knight of Cups and they're coming, okay? Aquarius, they are coming. If they're not in your life now, then they will be. And perhaps maybe you have to take the first step here. For some of y'all, you may have to make the first move. Just to let them know, hey, I'm interested in connecting with you. But if you allow them into your life, they're going to be able to help you break free from the trauma or the pain that you've been holding on to. Not to say they're going to be your therapist or your healer. Maybe for some of y'all, you may find a therapist or a counselor of some sort to help you here in the Knight of Cups. But for most of y'all, this isn't about having somebody heal you. This is just someone being able to offer you the opportunity to share life experiences with, to have a connection, a friendship, maybe a romance, and maybe a lifelong partnership here. So if that is what you've been wishing for, well, you're going to get it, Aquarius. Anything else? Let's do 3 more to describe this Knight of Cups, and then we're going to go into maybe briefly some advice. Okay, please describe for the collective Aquarius this Knight of Cups that may come in for this wish fulfillment. 3 to describe. The Six of Pentacles, the Devil in reverse, the Seven of Cups again. Okay, it's someone who gives of themselves, so they're selfless in a way, to a degree. They're kind, they're compassionate or sympathetic. They may be very good listeners here and very understanding. So they come with good intentions. This could be a very strong friendship connection along with romance. Here in the Devil card, they're nothing like your past, okay? Just to put that out there for some of y'all who may be worried. This person is nothing like your past. They're nothing like your parents or your family members who you may have had trouble with. They're nothing like that. Those people. They're here. Your loved ones are reiterating. They're going to check certain boxes of what you've been wanting here. Okay, what you've dreamt about, what you have desire for, what you want and need. They check certain boxes here for that. Wow. Okay. Can we see when is this Knight of Cups coming in? Is there a timeline attached to the Knight of Cups here? This is a collective reading, so I mean, it's hard to describe a certain date for everybody, right? But I am curious. When would this Knight of Cups arrive? If you can even tell me. If you can't, please feel free to reject this question. Three to describe when they're coming. 10 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. So you have 10, 8, 10. I mean, this could be any kind of numbers, right? This could be 10 days, 8 weeks, 10 months from now. So maybe I won't give a timeline here. I mean, it could be October, it could be August here. I will say this looks like a rainbow, because you have a rainbow here. So it's like you have something good happening here on one end of the rainbow, and poof, on the other end of the rainbow, you have something good happening here. So you have happy fulfillment. And then you have here a foundation being built with somebody that will be long lasting here. In the middle, though, you have very slow movement. So, but it's coming. It's going to arrive because it's the 8, the number 8, and it's going to get to the number 10. So 8 to 10, that's very close here. So for some of y'all, it's in the near future. This positive connection with somebody is very close. Any advice for Aquarius single? Any advice? You have the Ace of Swords, the Moon in reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles here. I think it's going back to, remember the image of the 3 of Pentacles, the men trying to rebuild what has been broken or lost here. Your loved ones don't want you to ignore this opportunity to have a mental breakthrough, or to have mental clarity, or more self-awareness, or self-development here. There's a possibility for all of that, as long as you're not afraid to face what you've been through. For some of y'all, it's going to be hard work in the 8 of Pentacles to really have to have some work on yourself internally, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be fulfilling for you to work on yourself here. So let this be a sign or a reminder that what's going on with you internally, that has to come first, okay? Before you accept this new love offer, or before you say yes to a love offer, if that's already happened for you. Let's do 3 more for advice for Aquarius. You have the 3 of Wands. Again, the 8 of Pentacles again coming back. They want to talk about this hard work. And you have the King of Cups here. You've made good progress, so they want to validate. You have done some work on yourself. So for those who are like, excuse you, I have done work. You know, I've rebuilt my life. For some of y'all, you have put in that work. Your loved ones maybe just want to tell you respectfully, you haven't done enough work here in the 8 of Pentacles. You haven't done enough work, because if you had, you'd be the King of Cups here. You'd be someone who is emotionally stable, mentally stable, spiritually stable, relatively here, right? We're all human. We all go through ups and downs. But just relatively speaking, in general, on most days, or on average, you would be feeling like you're physically stable, emotionally stable, mentally stable, spiritually stable, and you're not. So if you can acknowledge that, then you can acknowledge that there's some areas of your life and there's some parts of yourself that need a little bit of work, a little bit of self-evaluation, self-reflection, something that needs healing, processing, something that you can release and move forward, okay? All right. Hopefully this has helped you. And if it has, please like the video, let me know, or subscribe to my channel. We're going to move on. All right, Aquarius, for those who consider themselves committed, here's your love reading, whatever comes out. You have the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and to clarify, you have the Death, the Fool in reverse, and the World in reverse. So there's something you're wanting to run away from here in the 7 of Swords. You see the man trying to sneak away from something that he doesn't want to necessarily face. So it could be an uncomfortable environment, or an uncomfortable relationship here. And I feel like you have an opportunity in the Ace of Pentacles to make considerable change here in your life, positive change, but you're like, nope, I don't want to do it. Nope, I'm out. But are you out? And what are you out from? Because this is a committed reading. And to clarify, you're wanting to let go or release the opportunity to start something new. And it could be working with the same relationship here, or working with the same what you've been working on, the same dream, the same goal, the same job. You have an opportunity to make things better in one aspect of your life here. And I see you like you're like, nope, I am not going to go down that road again. I do not want to repeat the past. I don't want to do it. But that could be for some of y'all. We can keep going to clarify. If you're not connecting with this reading, feel free to look at your other signs, okay? Let's do 3 more for Aquarius committed. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, that was mixed into my deck. This deck was mixed into this one on accident, but we'll keep it. The King of Swords reverse, and you have the Wheel of Fortune also in reverse. You here in the Ace of Cups, it's almost as if you're turning down this offer here in the Ace of Pentacles, and they're wanting to show this opportunity may be very physical, that's presenting itself to you. If it hasn't, it will. But this physical opportunity that's presented actually is something emotional for you. You see it as something emotional, or how can I describe this? Let's say, for example, you're given money, but I mean, that could not be the case. It's just I'm trying to think of a simple example here. Let's say you've been offered money, but you may see it emotionally as a bribe, okay, as a bribe, something superficial. So you have an emotional reaction to something physical. And emotionally, you're not willing to accept this offer. For whatever reason, you have a negative response to it emotionally. And here in the King of Swords, I see you. You see how serious the King of Swords face is? He leaves very little room to have emotional connections with other people in a deep emotional or deep spiritual way. So you may find yourself being very closed off emotionally here. Yeah. With the Wheel of Fortune here, this is another cycle. So you have a cycle here of life. You have another cycle here. And just right now, you're just like, nope, I don't want any part. I don't want any part of this opportunity coming in. It's not a good time. I don't want to open back that door. I don't want to repeat the past. I don't want to keep doing something here. Let's keep going. Three more for Aquarius committed. You have the Chariot in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, you're not motivated by taking whatever is easy to have here. So this offer to you seems very easy. Maybe that's why I thought of a bribe, because a bribe is also cheap. You know, it doesn't take a lot of thought. There's not a lot of meaning to it. Again, superficial as well. You're not motivated by what's shiny and new and attractive here. You want something foundational here in the Ten of Cups. You want something that can speak to your heart, speak to your spirit, something that's long-lasting. And you're not looking for just anything, okay? So this could be describing how you view your love life and who you're committed to. So your partner here could be trying to have a peace offering of some type, and you're like, I don't want it. I don't want it. But you're sneaking away from them, so maybe you haven't told them yet. And the Seven of Swords, maybe you haven't had that conversation of how you're really feeling, and you haven't told them that you're slowly disconnecting from them, either physically or emotionally or spiritually or mentally. you're disconnecting from them. So this could just be you feeling this way without vocalizing it yet. But let's keep going. 3 more for Aquarius committed. You have the 10 of Wands in reverse. You have the World coming back out. And you have the 7 of Cups here. So remember, I described the World as you don't want to repeat the same crap. Your loved ones want you to release that kind of thinking here. This is not like before. Okay, this could just be for some of y'all because it's very specific and I don't want to give you false hope. But from your loved ones, on the other side, from their perspective, on the outside looking in, with this person on your mind for this reading, they see potential for a positive partnership here, for positive connection. And they want to tell you, let go of the trauma that you're holding on to, or this feeling of, they're going to do what happened in the past, so I'm not going to give them a chance. Maybe have a little faith and believe that things are different here with this person, because you have the 7 of Cups here. This is having wish fulfillment. Let's keep going. Anything else for Aquarius committed? You have the King of Swords coming back out, the Chariot, the Ace of Wands. So your loved ones, you see the man, can y'all see it in my lighting? I have really bad lighting, if y'all haven't noticed. But you see the man sneaking away here with the swords. Here, you have the sword in your hand, and you're holding it confidently. You're not hiding. You're not sneaking away. You're standing tall. You know, you're facing the world with confidence. And so your loved ones want to tell you, I think this is your advice, if you remain where you are, okay, and you don't walk away from this relationship, for some of y'all, okay, if you don't walk away from this relationship that you have on your mind in this reading, and you stay committed to seeing where this could go, okay, you will have the Ace of Wands here, an opportunity. And the Ace of Wands is all about building that fire, sparking that interest, sparking that passion, and renewed energy and motivation for life. So let's see what this Ace of Wands is. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is here for you. 3 more. Can we describe the Ace of Wands for the collective here? What is it? You have the 3 of Cups in reverse. You have the 10 of Swords in reverse. And you have the Hanged Man here. They're describing it as something that's going to light a fire. And I said that. So if you were represented symbolically by the man in the tree, you're hanging by your foot, this opportunity coming in, it's going to light that fire on the rope, and it's going to break you free here through passion, through maybe love, through renewed dedication, inspiration, motivation, all that good stuff that could ignite you to do something, to do some type of action. That's going to break you free from you feeling as if maybe you're powerless or helpless, or I don't know, maybe you've been maybe living on autopilot. Maybe you haven't really wanted to deal with your love life here. And now this opportunity is going to have you really paying attention to your love life here. And it's going to change how you've been feeling, this disconnection from your partner. And it's going to help you heal yourself enough in order for you to embrace love again. Anything else for what this Ace of Wands is? Can you describe any more for the collective, this Ace of Wands? The 5 of Swords reverse, the Ace of Pentacles again, but in reverse, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. this opportunity that's coming in the Ace of Wands is something that will be very healing for the both of you, because you may have rejected love offers or peace offerings before. By you accepting this new opportunity, this Ace of Wands, this is going to be able to rectify your rejection, or to smooth over any rejection or any negative words or negative actions that you may have done. It's going to help out with that. It's going to help out with that. And for some of y'all, and maybe just a few, this offer may come in after the tension breaks between you and the other person. So if there has been conflict or misunderstanding, not being on the same page, maybe y'all have been physically distancing yourselves, not talking as much, it's when you decide to come together and have a sit down and have a very honest and raw conversation. That is when this opportunity will present itself. So if you're in the face of opposition or difficulty with this other person, your loved one's advice, don't give up until you have that difficult conversation, because then the opportunity to heal each other and to heal yourselves individually, that's going to start taking shape after you sit down to reconcile. So hopefully this has helped you. If it has, please like the video to let me know, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Until next time, take care.